Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. I'm Peter Drury, and joining me here, our expert, Jim Beglin.
Well, thanks for that, Peter. I'm more than ready to get going here.
There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. And we rise now for the Japanese national anthem. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
I quite like the look of this guy, Ito, because he's solid, versatile, he's capable of playing in multiple positions in defence, and he's got a lovely passing range with a cracking left foot, so he's well suited to possession football, and his confidence and technique on the ball make him ideal for this sort of game.
Yeah, he'll certainly be leaving his mark on this game, quite possibly actually at both ends. So it's down to business here. Ito. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. He's found a way through. Toma. And it's Minamino. It's run loose here. That pass isn't the best. Oh, Red, nice interception. Kubo. Itakura. Minamino. Toma. He has found the way through. And he's on a charge. Oh, that's horribly mistimed, and it's given. Penalty. So a big chance now from 12 yards. To open the scoring. Oh, he's missed!
Oh, Peter, I'm not a great reader of body language, but I didn't like the way he walked up to that.
Oh, that's a key interception. Anything, Jim, to pick out of these early exchanges?
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any early mistakes, so we're seeing some conservatism here. Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
And he's intervened well there. Quarter of an hour played. Minamino. He's looking wide. It's a mighty effort! No, he didn't quite meet it right.
Japan certainly looks sharp there. They're very well drilled in this art of counter-attacking.
Oh, good-looking ball. No goals as yet. No, that's been intercepted. Kubo. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. That's a sharp pass. And he was quick to react. And he's forced to go back. He's picked his way through. The ball is loose and the chase is on. Oh, he's been caught now. Oh, shooting chance! Goal! Japan! Not so much sophistication as doggedness and sheer bloody-mindedness.
That's really good anticipation too, Peter. Just instinctively knew where the ball would be and where he needed to put himself.
So we have our breakthrough.
Well, this should allow them to be a bit more expansive, although they'll be wise to be cautious for now.
I think that's offside. Yes, it is. It's just beyond his reach. It's not an especially good pass, that. Japan are enjoying a good spell right now and leading. Foot in. Well, the boss won't be happy about that at all. They were pedestrian in possession and carried almost no threat at all.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Oh, what shot a goal! And he has kept it out somehow.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Japan with the corner, they're first. Kubo goes short. And now a sudden chance to counter. And the shot! Oh, it's come off the upright. The message is clear, none shall pass. And here's Kubo! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Danger averted for now. And it's Minamino.
It looks very much like they'd be happy to settle for this narrow lead at the break.
And it's made its way to him. Played out to the left flank. Driving forward. He's had it taken off him. Out to the left it goes. Not the most accurate pass. Now it's Doan. That's good running with the ball. Wasn't easy on the eye, but it's done its job.
Added time.
Japan looking to pass their way through. And the referee brings the first half to a close. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff. How's the first half compared with your expectation?
Well, when you look at the gulf in quality, the gap should be greater, but there are higher gears to be found, so maybe we'll see that reflected.
Japan have made the crucial breakthrough, and they're looking pretty satisfied at the break. Here we go again then. Japan carrying a one-goal lead. Kubo puts his foot on the gas. Good ball, good take. Toma. Minamino. And the finish! And yes, it's there! 2 up now, and they are cruising. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Japan are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
Well, with this kind of authority, Peter, why not push on and totally kill this off?
And that's another good win of the ball.
Are certainly playing with an intense focus in executing their plan here.
That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Now it's Kubo. Duan. Oh, nicely intercepted. That has been slung wide. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Minamino shapes to shoot! It's bounced back off the post.
That dugout has had some relief at least, but now the harder work starts. They've got to push for more.
And it's Kubo. Back towards the middle. Oh, that's been cut out, well played. Engages and forces him off the ball. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. Oh, that's well spotted. Ito powering forward here. This looks promising. Opts to play it back. And he's only too happy to take that back.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Oh, that's a foul in a dangerous area. And that's going to be a booking. He does seem to be in considerable discomfort, but do hope it's nothing serious.
Yeah, well, they were exposed and vulnerable, and he knew he had to do something to prevent a goal then.
So Japan have a free kick. Kubo! Well, he should have done better, and he knows it.
Well, there wasn't too much wrong with his effort. He needs to get on the ball again and give it another crack. I would.
That has ended up in no man's land. Well, that is one way to stop him. Pass somewhat off target. Now it's Kubo. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? Kubo. Minamino. Shifted it to the flank. Now, who's going to be first to this? Now, this could be a chance. Shot could be on. Decent chance! And it's there! Up by 3. They have their boot on the throats of their foes. There was no getting to that. No getting to it at all. Expertly done.
That's just a fabulous, fabulous finish. Anything that close to the frame of the goal, 99 times out of 100, the keeper's not getting there.
3-0, and things are starting to look awfully cosy. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
That's simply brilliant defending. They were outnumbered, but he still came out on top.
And he's in on goal. Chance, surely! Off the post. And the shot! And that is doing no harm at all.
Look, we've all been there. Not that it'll make him feel much better at the moment.
That has not gone well. And it's Kubo. Japan. He's tried one! And that's off target.
I thought it was a really good break. No shortage of pace nor intensity. Exactly what's required when on the counter-attack.
He is through here. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. He's got away. Lovely feet. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Kubo. Now it's Minamino. Oh, that's fabulous. It's a pretty loose pass. He's been bundled over. That is a foul. The referee has resisted the temptation to go to his pocket. It's just a stern lecture. So what can they conjure from this one? And he's lifted it over.
Two added minutes has been indicated.
Confirmation that there will be 2 minutes stoppage time. Could move up a gear here. Gently done. Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. So a real showpiece win. This lot was simply far too clever for their opponents, and despite their best endeavours, it has ended in an easy win. Minamino voted man of the match, and deservedly so. Well, after all of that, Jim, what are you thinking?
Japan definitely impressing me here, especially the way that attack clicked, whether it was link-up...
Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. My name's Peter Drury, and here's my co-commentator for the game. It's Jim Beglin.
Thanks, Peter. It's a pleasure and a privilege for me to be here.
It really is a sight to behold here as Spotify Camp Nou opens its arms to the Barcelona nation, 100,000 plus in unison. It is a monster matchup, Jim Beglin.
Well, with nothing resting on this, Peter, I'm hoping that there'll be more impetus for the players to just enjoy the game with the pressure off, try out a few different things, and we get something open and free-flowing.
We have already started here. Yamal proves just a little bit too strong. Martin cuts out the pass. The most accurate pass. Rashford. So, Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
Well, this fella, Alejandro Balde, is a defender who's been coached in the ways of the beautiful game. He's very good as a defender, but he has an inner desire to get up the pitch as much as he can. And he's rarely very wasteful, Peter, so his decision-making has to be impressive. And from what I've seen, it is.
I wonder whether that has anything to do with you being a defender once upon a time, Jim. Koundé. This is good pressing, they're not short on bodies. Ferran Torres! Big relief, it just needed better contact. Still goalless at the moment. Evan. And they're quick to get it back.
Manchester United really have found that they're getting more space out wide, and I can see now there's a lot of activity developing in that area, Peter.
Yeah, it's busy in there, isn't it?
Yeah, the wide players are doing their stuff and are grabbing the attention right now.
Nicely aimed pass. Stood up well to him there. That's a lovely, neat pass. Mount. Well, they've got it back in a hurry.
That will annoy the manager. They're making themselves too predictable here.
Ferran Torres couldn't quite force his way through this time, but boy, he had a go at it.
Yeah, the confidence we can admire, the decision-making we can't. He learned from it.
Ferran Torres. And he's there to retrieve it. Mount. Lovely, now then. Oh, good determined running there, but one back by the defence.
Yeah, definitely not much.
He's having a go! Just off target.
Well, to put it this way, he's probably made better decisions.
And it's Casemiro. Diogo Dalot. Quality ball. Pedri. That has not gone well. Still looking for the first breakthrough, and it is nearly half-time now. Diogo Dalot. Some really good ball movement. Well, that pass surprised everyone, and not in a good way. Now it's Matheus Cunha. Yamal. And he was quick to react. And here's Mount. Oh, cracking ball. Ferran Torres. Rashford takes control of it, and he's on the move. Well, that pass isn't the best. Pass somewhat off target. Now it's Rafinha. Rafinha. Diogo Dalot. Casemiro. Well, good play on the left-hand side here. Martin kept his eye on it, and he's there. Oh, he's managed to get himself offside. There is the half-time whistle. So we go in at half-time with both defences still yet to be breached. They rather cancelled each other out in the first period. Let us see what the second half brings. To look back on the first 45 minutes.
Well, at least the defence can look back on a job pretty well done so far, Peter. I think they've squeezed the play quite well and they've been relentless in their pressing. So the energy levels have looked good.
So we are still where we were at the beginning. It is 0-0 at the break. And we are back on the way.
Barcelona clearly have been the better side here. So if I was to say anything to them, it would be just keep going. If it's not broken, don't try to fix it. That's alert and sharp and very well played.
Yamal. Now it's Ferran Torres. That has been slung wide. Now it's Ferran Torres. And the shot! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Barcelona with the corner. They're first. Rashford with the short one. And now they can spring out of defence.
Look, they're...
And a chance! That has ended up in no man's land. And he cuts out the supply. Well, they continue each to cancel the other out. And that's gone loose. Now it's Ferran Torres. Euro. Well into the second half, and still there's nothing between them. He's had it nicked away. Now it's Mount. Ferran Torres. Back in possession and ready to go again. Rafinha. And it's Rashford. Great defending, strong and determined. Just eases him off the ball. Has a look and plays it forward. Diogo Dalot. Diogo Dalot, not one to pass up the chance to run up the defence. He loves those duels.
Well, I thought that run had balance and control, skill and strength. The sort of desire we hope will spread. Manchester United seem happy to bash their heads against the brick wall, Peter. That central route forward is just a no-go zone.
Almost 75 minutes on the clock now. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Bruno Fernandes. It's a pretty loose pass. Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. He's in a great position here. Rafinha. And Balde. Rafinha.
Barcelona clearly are pushing for the win here, Peter. It's making for a very frantic end to this game.
Heaven does well to get it back. Mount, pass somewhat off target. Oh, that's well spotted.
Well, they've got one eye on the clock, but the balancing act is very fine at this stage. Go for it, and it could backfire. Sit back, and it may be at a price.
Yamal. Diogo Dalot. Pedri. Out to the right. Now it's Yamal. He's got away. Now that is a hefty challenge.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
And reclaimed it in a trice. Mount. Matheus Cunha. Mount. And there goes the final whistle. So a tough one to gauge. Defensive dominance combined with wastefulness in attack, and the outcome inevitable. How would you sum up what we've witnessed, Jim?
Well, a decent draw, Peter, with a good mix of action and plenty of talking points, and it ended with the right result, in my opinion.
And with that, it's time for me to thank Jim Beglin and to wish you a very good evening.
Se ruega a nuestros espectadores que no pierdan de vista a sus hijos durante el partido.
Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. I'm Peter Drury, and it's my chance to say that it is an absolute delight to have Jim Beglin beside me.
Thanks, Peter. Hello, everybody. Ready to see what unfolds in this one now.
It really is a sight to behold here as Spotify Camp Nou opens its arms to the Barcelona nation, 100,000 plus. In unison. It is a monster matchup, Jim Beglin.
Well, under normal circumstances, this is a massive matchup, and I'm not totally in agreement with the view that friendlies tend to take the edge away. In my experience, if the opposition go at it full tilt, then you have to reciprocate. We'd like to see excitement and be entertained, but if it does go down the serious route, there'll still be lots to enjoy.
So, Jim, would you say that this formation has become the norm in recent years?
Yeah, I think it's one that places the emphasis on your centre-forward, not just holding the ball up or finishing, but all the movement that happens around him, outside and inside the box. And he has to link up with that midfield and bring everybody into play, which ensures a more cohesive system.
And we're underway. So, Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
Well, this guy Pedri, without doubt, is the greatest talent of his generation to come out of Spain. I mean, he has all the traits of some of the great legends that have been there before him. The ability to handle the ball in tight spaces, his speed of thought on the turn, his understanding of the landscape around him, the intelligence in reading defensive positioning, all those factors which can make him unplayable when he's truly on song.
Yes, they'll certainly be leaning heavily on him. That has ended up in no man's land. This looks promising. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Yoro has a look up and drives it forward. Now it's Matias Cunha. Now it's Ferran Torres. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. He's found a way through. Pinches it off him. Pretty cagey early on from both sides. He's on it, can he get away? Passing is crisp and sharp. Yamal opts to play it back. Matias Cunha.
Well, caution is dominating proceedings. This isn't meeting expectations.
Quality ball. Rashford. It's a good run down the left-hand side. He's found... Oh, he's been caught napping! Deep cross. Casemiro. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Comes under pressure and it's come loose. And he's had a shot! Oh, he's hit the bar! Oh, he's fizzed it forward. And here's Ferran Torres.
That will annoy the manager. They're making themselves too predictable here.
Rashford is onto this.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
And here's Yamal. He's Yamal! And that is wildly off target.
Well, that was highly impressive. He went through them like a knife through butter, so that's raised an alarm or two.
Succumbs to the pressure. That has been slung wide. Now it's Mount. Oh, that's fabulous. And he's quick to snatch it back. Eric Garcia. Half an hour played now. Balde. Now this could be a chance. Oh, that's a key interception. And it's Mount. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Pass somewhat off target. Now it's Rashford. That's gone for a throw-in. Manchester United finding their passes. That has not gone well. Rashford. Oh, good play on the left-hand side here. What a throw in. Casemiro. It's a pretty loose pass. Neither side giving way, it has been tight. And here's Ferran Torres. He's having a go! Casemiro plays it all the way forward. And a chance! Matias Cunha. Now it's Mount. And the referee brings the first half to a close. So neither team were able to take the lead, but it certainly hasn't been for the lack of trying. So there was the first half.
What an end to the half, Peter. A lot of the best action of the half coming at the very end, and I get the feeling the second half may well start in similar fashion, as we'd love to see this momentum maintained. So I'm looking forward to what's to come.
So we are still where we were at the beginning. It is 0-0 at the break. And we are already promptly back underway.
Barcelona clearly have been the better side here. So if I was to say anything to them, it would be just keep going. If it's not broken, don't try to fix it.
Rafinha, not the most accurate pass. Well, they've got it back in a hurry. Pedri. And Rafinha. Shaw. Diogo Dalot. Mount.
Barcelona have really been terrific at snuffing out the threat. Now for something different.
Mount stood up well to him there. And here's Ferran Torres. Rafinha has a shot. Oh, good stop, it had to be. Just easy, shapes to shoot. Marvellous goal.
Well, what a time for the captain to step up and put his team in front again. But while it doesn't necessarily guarantee a win here, it's a wonderful early boost in this second half.
His position was perfect, the invitation was there for him, and his response absolutely clinical.
That's shocking, the ease with which he was able to get into the space, and a player of his quality was highly unlikely to miss that.
Barcelona have fired themselves in front.
Well, it looks like a bit of half-time encouragement was all that was needed, because we have a very different game on our hands now, Peter.
Bruno Fernandes. No, that's been intercepted. Now it's Ferran Torres. And that's been won straight back. He's picked his way through. Out towards the flank.
That dugout has had some relief at least, but now the harder work starts. They've got to push for more.
And that's another good win of the ball. Yamal driving on and making good progress. Oh, that tries a shot! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Barcelona with the corner, there first. And it's been taken short. Koundé has got himself a free kick. Just a talking to, I think. Yes, it is.
Well, I think the alternative was to stand there and do nothing while he tried to score, and obviously he's not going to allow that, Peter, is he?
Well, this looks promising in terms of distance and angle. Rashford! Always going over the top. Not the best distribution from the keeper. And here's Ferran Torres. Oh, nicely intercepted. Rafinha puts his foot on the gas. Nothing wrong with that tackle. Ball won cleanly. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Peter, they're leaving nobody guessing now. This is a decisive attempt to go further in front.
Oh, that's a very decent ball now. Shoots! Now, who's going to be first to this? Out of play for a throw.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Mount. Now it's Matheus Cunha. And he was quick to react. So the team separated just by the one goal, which came early in the second period. 1-0 the score. Oh, it's a great ball here. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. And the shot! And that would have won it.
Ferran Torres really should have done better there. I just hope for his sake that he doesn't live to regret that.
Oh, that's well spotted. And that is as far as they're going to go. Well, that is one way to stop him. Heaven kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Distributed tidily.
Barcelona surely have to be commended for their drive and desire. Most teams would be taking the easier defensive route by now.
Yamal. Now he's off and running. Oh, no, that was never going to make it. Balde spots it and intercepts. And he's forced to go back. Now it's Ferran Torres. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Now it's Yamal. He has found the way through. There's the shot! That's a half-decent try. Now it's Matheus Cunha. He's shifted it to the flank. I think we're just about done here. Rafinha looking understandably energised after his goal. Not too much to add on here, just a minute. Oh, that pass isn't the best. And we're done. Barcelona have held on. They have doggedly, sometimes frantically, preserved the tightest of leads. Rafinha taking in the accolades, having been named man of the match, and deservedly so. Well, what are your thoughts on today's game then, Jim? Well, what a sight this is, a beautiful evening, and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. I'm Peter Drury, and this is Jim Beglin. A delight to have him on board.
Glad to be here, Peter, and I'm ready to rumble.
Well, there's a real familiarity about these scenes here. The followers of one of the most formidable teams in the history of football, ensuring that, yet again, this will be an occasion for the game's ultimate glitterati. Well, this is the perfect game for all parties, not least the neutrals who've just come to enjoy it.
Well, on the face of it, Peter, we would appear to have a high-caliber meeting with very little at stake. But then you consider a chance for one or two of the fringe players to get a look in, and this becomes a big incentive. It changes the dynamic. So there's plenty at stake for them, which will do no harm to the energy levels and the overall conviction, and hopefully the style of contest.
Well, if you did just miss it, we are up and running already. Pedri. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Yeah, Casemiro. He gives them some real defensive steel in the middle of the park, Peter. What he's particularly good at is nipping opposition attacks in the bud and preventing them from getting any real momentum going. He's also a bit of a shooting threat from long range too, so opposing defences will have to beware of that, and very much so.
He would be the obvious choice, wouldn't he? He certainly has all the right qualities. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Now it's Rafinha. Diallo wins the duel this time. Now it's Matheus Cunha.
Oh, great feat, that.
And he's away. And we have our very first corner. Bruno Fernandes plays it short. Barcelona have the chance to go the other way. Rafinha. Yoro kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Rafinha. Barcelona still without a single shot on target. And that's really well manoeuvred. That is ended up in no man's land. And it's Mount. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Yoro. Now it's Matheus Cunha. Now it's Mount. In with the challenge. Now it's Ferran Torres. He's looking wide. Gets a good foot in there.
Well, the moans and groans from the stands now are very audible.
Pass somewhat off target. Pedri. Now it's Ferran Torres. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. Pedri. He is through here. Oh, this looks sharp. Now it's Yamal. Here's Yamal! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Bruno Fernandes. Well, that pass isn't the best. That has not gone well. Rafinha. Rafinha takes control of it, and he's on the move. Bruno Fernandes. Engages and forces him off the ball. Spread it left. Casemiro. Yamal carries the ball down the right. Oh, that's fabulous. Well timed, excellent interception. Rafinha. Now it's Ferran Torres. Still looking for the first breakthrough, and it is nearly half-time now. Picked out, can he finish? Same again, same outcome.
Barcelona really can be very happy with the way they're going about things, Peter. They'll want to capitalise on this good spell, though.
Manchester United are looking to go forward now. Ferran Torres. And he's had a hit! And he has kept it out somehow.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Corner number 2 then. Rafinha goes short. An uncompromising challenge. And now a sudden chance to counter. Gently done. Eric Garcia. It's a pretty loose pass. Diogo Dalot. Casemiro. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. Balde kept his eye on it, and he's there. Now it's Rafinha. Rafinha powering forward here. He's found the way through. Shoots! A potential goal of the season contender, if only.
And how easy did he make that look? Not enough communication between the defence to deal with this increased threat.
Great ball, and he's in here. Diogo Dalot does what? And we've reached half-time. So we go in at half-time with both defences still yet to be breached. They rather cancelled each other out in the first period. Let us see what the second half brings. So there was the first half.
Barcelona really did turn up the tempo at the end of the half, and while they'll be disappointed not to have broken through, obviously, the chances will come, provided they can keep producing good spells. It's been a half with significantly more positives than negatives, I feel.
An engrossing half, but we're still where we started, 0-0. And if you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here.
Barcelona clearly have been the better side here. So if I was to say anything to them, it would be just keep going. If it's not broken, don't try to fix it.
Decent progress down the left. He's picked his way through. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Diogo Dalot. Pau Kubasi spots it and intercepts. Casemiro. And he cuts out the supply. Rafinha running with the ball. Oh, we're still waiting for a goal to report here. Oh, nicely intercepted. Diogo Dalot. He's got away. Foot in. Ferran Torres. He's shifting through the gears here. Barcelona have it back. And the shot! And that is certainly not what he had in mind. Martin is there, and he can pick it up. No breakthrough, and well into the second period. It is still anyone's game. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. There's good running with them. He's tried one! He's keen, determined to have his say.
Well, the breakthrough hasn't come yet, Peter, but you do feel they're upping the ante here. They'll get the reward if they can stick at this.
Rashford with the short one. Pedri, and here's Pedri. Oh, he's bustling through here. And now they can spring out of defence. Pinches it off him. Pedri. And here's Ferran Torres. Manchester United can breathe again, just.
You know, it was an intervention that had to be made. Serious trouble lay in store.
Now this is an adventurous run down that left-hand side. Yamal tries making a foray down the right. Not the most accurate pass. Driving on and making good progress. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Oh no, what has happened here? And he welcomes it in. Oh, that takes a shot! They're up to 5 corners now. They've played it short. Good ball, good take.
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
Pass somewhat off target. Played out wide. Looking tidy in possession here. Ferran Torres! It's off target and by quite a way.
I thought it was a really good break. No shortage of pace nor intensity. Exactly what's required when on the counter-attack. Barcelona are totally dominant in the middle of the park, a no-way through zone. Well, they've got one eye on the clock, but the balancing act is very fine at this stage. Go for it, and it could backfire. Sit back, and it may be at a price. Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Great defending, strong and determined. Rashford. And here's the chance to counter. That is good alertness. Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. So we finish as we started. Try as they might, neither was able to break through. Well, what are your thoughts on today's game then, Jim?
Well, a decent draw, Peter, with a good mix of action.